Okay, so this is a video demonstration of how the school software works. So we are starting with the admin dashboard. First, when you log in, this is the dashboard, and then this is what appears on the dashboard. There's a menu on the left where you can click and then get access to the features of the software. So first, let's start with the add students. So first you click on add student if you want to admit a student, and then the form comes up. So here you have the academic year, the admission number, the admission date, the branches, and then the classes. Then here you have the student list where you can enter the first name, last name, and those other things. Here too you can enter the guardian details as their parents, their transport, and then hostel, and then if they were in a previous school too, you can enter that. Now with this system, it generates the parents login and then the students login automatically. So once you fill the form, a login will be generated for both the student and then the parents, so that they can use it to access the software anytime they want to. Okay, so there's also the option for online admission in case you want to put a form out there for your students to go to your website and then fill the online form. They can use this section as well. Now if you want to import it maybe you have a CSV file that you want to import the students information from, you can use the import feature. And then the category, so usually students are placed in categories, so here you can add a category. So if maybe in this case we have the day and then the boarding category. Okay, so after that you can come to the students list. Now the students list, the software allows you to have multiple branches. So if in your case you just have one branch, then it's just one branch. If it's multiple branches, it will show in there that you have multiple branches. So in this case we just have one branch. We click on that and we select the class. So we have, these are the classes that we entered. Probably yours might be different, so you can enter those classes that might work for you. Then here you have the section. So let's just select one class, and then we select a section. So section A or section B, and then you click on the filter, and then it will give you the list of students in that class. So here you see that if you've uploaded a picture, it will show here the name of the student, their class, the admission number, the age, and then their parents' name, and then the fee progress. So it's here showing that there hasn't been any fee payment made yet. School fees. We have fee type. So let's go to the fee type. Fee types are the items that come up to make a fee group. So these are let's say you have feeding fee, boarding fee, PTA, computer fees, maintenance. All those are fee types. And then a fee group sums up the fee types to form a group. So you realize that here crèche has first 10 fees: feeding fee, PTA, and this and that, and then it becomes a group. So let's try and create a group right now. So you select the branch, maybe let's say crèche, second term fee group. Then here you can add a description to it. So here I'm selecting the fee types that will apply to that particular class. So in this case we have maybe PTA, we have feeding fee, and then let's say maintenance, and then let's say computer. So the due date is the date that the fee will be due. So we can select maybe a date in the future, or starting on the current date that you are setting the fees. So in this case let's make it a day after. So the same dates for all of them. And then here you enter the amounts of the fees. So let's say okay, so I think I've selected 50, and then 250. Okay, so then computer fees also should be, let's say, 60. Then you save. So with this you realize I've created another fee group. This is it. Then I can use that. So let's say, okay, you can, so here too, you can use, in case you want to set up a fine, maybe when they delay in paying the school fees, whatever fine is supposed to be given to them, you can use the fine setup. Then you can use fees allocation to apply fees that fee groups that you've generated here to a particular class. So let's go to fee allocation to try it and see. So in this case, I'll go to, then I'll select crèche, then I'll select the section, then I'll select the fee group. I think I created a new fee group, this one, and I'll click on it. So I'll select all the classes that I want to apply that particular fees to, all the students in that class. Maybe there are certain students that particular fees might not apply to, so on that you uncheck it. With that you uncheck it here, but in this case it applies to everybody, so you just click on and then you save it, and then all the students in that class will be billed with that particular fee that you created. So if you want to make fee payments, you come to fee pays and invoice. So you come to that side, you click on there, and then you select the section. Okay, so when you want to make fee payments, you click on pay fees, you select the branches, you select the class, then you select the section. So if you can select all sections or just A or B, it depends on what you enter into the system. So okay, so it gives you the list of students in that class, and it tells you here to tell you the status if they've not paid their school fees or they've partly paid. So let's say we are collecting fees for, let's say, Mercy Arthur. You click on collect fees, then over here it opens a page where you can, it tells you that all the fee types have not been paid, and then it gives you the grand total of what they are paying. The paid is this, the fine. If you have a fine, you can define it in the system by using the fine setup. So it tells you that the balance is 660. Okay, so let's say we want to make payment. We just click on collect fees, and then we select the fee that we want to pay for. So let's say the payment type, it will tell you here if they are paying by whatever means. Then if you want an SMS to be sent to their parents for the payment as well, you can either check or uncheck it. So this time we'll keep it checked. Then you click on okay. So let's say we want to make payment. We just click on collect fees, and then we select the fee that we want to pay for. So let's say the payment type, it will tell you here if they are paying by whatever means. Then if you want an SMS to be sent to their parents for the payment as well, you can either check or uncheck it. So this time we'll keep it checked. Then you click on fee payment. So here, once the fees have been applied, when you come to the fees and invoice, the due fees, it should show up here. Okay. And then here you can set up reminders, maybe after the due date or before the due date. You can send reminders before the due date or after the due date. So here you can add a reminder. You select the school branch, and then before. So let's say maybe if the due date is maybe 10 days or maybe a month to the time when you entered it into the system, you can say that okay, when it's 5 days close to that that set date, it should send a reminder either by SMS to both the student or the parent to remind them that they are supposed to come and make fee payment. And you can type your message as well, and you save it, and then the system automatically starts sending them reminders when it's time. Okay, so let's come to class. So over here you can enter your classes here. Okay, so you can see that here we've entered a few classes. You can continue to add yours as well. You can assign a class teacher. So we've assigned one already, but here, over here you can see that it allows you to select a school branch. You select a class, you select the section, and then you select a teacher. Then you save it, and then the teacher will be assigned to a particular class. Over here too, you can add, when you come to subject, you can add your your subjects. These are a few that we added. You can always use this to add more subjects, whether it's a theory or a practical subject. You can just use this section as well. And then you can assign subjects to classes. So here you can see that Crèche has these subjects assigned to them. If you want to do, you just use the assign here. Then you click on the school branch, you select the class, you select the section, then you select the subjects that apply. So as you select, it allows you to enter multiple subjects, and then you just save it. And then you realize that the school, the particular class will have these subjects available that should appear in the terminal reports and then the exams as well. So you can assign a teacher also to a particular subject. You just click on that, and then you start selecting. You select and then you save as well. A class schedule is like a timetable. So here you can create a timetable for each class. So use the filter. Okay, so this says there's no schedule, but you can click on add schedule here. Then you select the class. Okay, so you select. So usually schools are from Mondays to, let's say, Fridays. So you select on Monday, and then you click on filter. So like to give you a first form to fill. So let's say English. Then the teacher is this teacher. Then the time the subject starts, and then the time it ends. So let's say in this case we are starting it maybe at 8. Okay, so let's say 8:30 a.m. and usually most subjects take about 1 hour. So let's say it ends at so it ends at 9:30 a.m. Okay, so we're having it at classroom 1. And then you add more. So the next one will be the same teacher. So in this case it will start from let's say maybe 9:45 a.m. Then you end at maybe 11. So that's stay in classroom 1. Then you save it. So let's say in that day they are just having two subjects for Monday. You just save it. Okay. And then you use the same form to create for Tuesday as well. You do that. And then use the same form to create. So you can use that to create timetables for all of the days for every class, and then it will be in the database as well. Okay, so here it allows you to promote students from one class to the other. But then when you come to live classrooms, you can using Zoom, you can enter a live classroom and then do a schedule where students can log in and then join classes that are going on from a particular from a particular teacher. So over here too, you can have your parents list and then their logins as well. Then here you have your employees list, and the employees list are people who work in the school. So maybe your teacher, your office administrator, your accountant, all of these people. You can create logins for them using this section, and then you can deactivate their logins as well. Over here it allows you to do HR and then payroll. So here you can have your salary templates. Okay, so that is one that we created. You can create multiple here. So let's try creating one. So you create, so let's say this is school teacher. Their basic salary is 600. Their overtime per hour is maybe 50 Ghana, 60 Ghana. Then here you enter all the allowances. So transport allowance, enter maybe clothing allowance, maybe 200, maybe feeding allowance 150. Okay, then the deductions maybe SNITs. Then you add. What about deductions that are maybe you have a loan or something like that? Then you just. Okay, so over here you see that the calculations are made with the total allowances, the total deductions, and then the net salary is here. Then you just save it. So it becomes a template that you can use to pay all the teachers that match that particular category. So you can salary assign here. Okay, so you select whether it's a teacher, and then you select which designating. Okay, so here you can select which salary template to apply. So in this case we are using the school teacher. You save. So salary payment. Yes, select the role. In this case teacher. For this month, you click on that. It will tell you that it's unpaid. So if you want to pay this particular teacher, you just click on pay now, and then it will generate the pay slip. So there's it. Just click on paid. The pay via. It will tell you if it's cash, whatever payment method you use to pay the teacher. You do that, and then you print out your pay slip. Okay, so let's come to salary advance, and then you can use those ones for salary advance, for leave, whatever leave it is. You create the leave categories, whether it's paid leave, steady leave, or whatever leave it is. You create all of them, then you manage them here. So over here too, it allows you to do school accounting. So you can open school accounts. Maybe usually it has to do with and then your deposits, your expense, and then your voucher heads. And then with the financial reports, you can get your account statement, your income reports, expense reports, your transition reports, your balance sheets, income versus expense tables. You can get all those here. So let's say maybe we want a balance sheet. Click on the balance sheet. You select the school branch. So in this case, this is the balance sheet that we have. Okay, so you come to attendance as well. Now attendance, there's student attendance, employee attendance, and then exams attendance. So student attendance. Select the class and then the day. So I think every day has its own attendance for which you can mark. So over here you have the option to mark every student as present, absent, holiday, or late, and then you add your remark. So for these, it applies to students, it applies to employees, it applies when it's an examination time as well. So you can set that. Then when you come to exams too, we have the exam term, the exam hall, the distribution, and then the exam setup. So these ones allows you to set up your examination, and then for students to also log in and then write their exams. So for this you can do an exam schedule, just like a timetable, but this time it's an exam timetable. And then you set your marks as well, your grade range, your mark entries over here as well. And then when you come there, you can create the exam term. So let's see, you can create an exam term. This is maybe third term. Exams, scratch. Then you save it. You can go to the exam hall. So you select the branch, the hall number. So maybe if it's hall, maybe hall 12, then the number of seats, maybe 200. So you save it, and then you come to the distribution. So you select maybe general exams, general and of term exams. So you save that. Okay, so the distribution can be the name. So let's say we have so classwork, exams, work, practicals. Okay, so no homework first. Homework. And midterm exams. Okay, so these are the distributions. You come to the exam setup. You create an exam. So you select the school branch, the name of the exam. So let's say third term and of term exams. Select the term, this one. Select the exam. So you are doing marks and grade. So exam type is a mark and grade. So the distributions. So you select classwork, exam work, and then midterms. Then you save it. Okay. So then you can come to your exam schedule, and then you add your schedule. Okay. So with this, you can enter the date of the exam, the time it starts, the time it ends, the hall that they will be entering, and then here you can enter the full and then the pass mark, the full and then the pass mark, the full and then the pass mark, the full and then the pass mark. So with that, you can do your grading from here. You realize that this is the distribution that we added. So if your school has a different type of distribution for the examination, you can just enter it there, and it would appear here. It will allow you to enter the full mark for that particular exam, and then the pass mark, so that it can determine the grading for you. And then over here, you can come and add the marks and then the grade range as well. So that with that, the system will use that to calculate whether it's an A, it's a B, or it's a C, or a D, or something like that. So once you are done, you just save it. And then, so let's continue to mark entries. So, okay, so let's just enter the exam schedule. So we select it. Select. Okay, so pass mark is 40. Pass is 30. So let's say exam is that's also maybe 30. The pass mark might be 20. So this is just an example. So whatever your school does as a full mark and then a pass mark, you can just enter that one and then you can use that. So for homework, let's say you're using 20, pass mark is maybe 15. And then your midterm exams, so let's say you're in a class, so maybe 15, pass mark is maybe 10. So you enter that. And then you save it. Okay, so this has been saved. You can come to schedule. Okay, so this is what we have. There you can view it, and this is the exam schedule for. You can even print it and then paste it, for example, anywhere in your school or somewhere. So you can add after the schedule. You just come to mark entries. Select the exam, the class, and then the subject. So let's filter that. Okay, so all the class, you realize that these are the distributions that we did, and at the top, the full marks have been assigned to every distribution that we entered. So this is flexible. You can enter whichever works for your school. So with this, we selected a subject. So you enter the mark. So if it's 40, if maybe it's called maybe 38. So this one maybe it's called 25, 18, 20, 22. So here maybe it's called. So no, it's not possible. 29. It's a good student, but we're in 25, 27, 23, and then 21. So over here, let's say we enter 19. So let's just enter. Okay, so this we have 11. Then you save it. Okay, so it has been saved. So these are the mark entries for subjects. Now the teachers can also log in and then do their own in the system. Okay, so once you've saved it, you can use this to print their assessment as well. But let's come to the grade range. So here too, you create a grade range, and then you select. So let's say grade points. From grade points, this one, the minimum is maybe 85, then maximum is 100%. The remark will be maybe excellence. I can say excellent. So you can continue like that. You create. So excellent, good, very good. this case, you have at minimum, let's say it's from 75 to 84. The remark is very good. Then you save it. Okay, so I think this time we used, so you just let's use the grade point 2 instead of B. 2. Like that. So you can enter all of them as grade point, and then the system will use the minimum and then the maximum percentage to determine whether it's an A or a B, or if it's a 1 or 2, just like that. Okay, so that's how you set up your examination system, so that the system will know how you grade your students, and then you can use that to generate your class assessments and then the terminal reports as well. Then homework, you can do them over here as well. So you have reports, you can have your fee reports, receipt reports, due date reports, fine reports. You have your attendance, student reports, employee user reports, exam reports. You have your HR payroll summary, leave reports, examination report card, and then your tabulation sheets, which is your I think we call it here your assessment sheet. Okay, so coming down, you have your attachment, the books, your card management, the ID card, student ID card, the employee card, the admission card, and all those ones. You can generate all of them here. And the certificates, if you have any particular certificates in the school that you give out, you can also design them here and then give it out template for your for the SMS, whatever message you want to send. You just create the SMS template here, and then here you can use to send SMS or email. You send, and you have your reports as well. So here you can create your campaigns, and then you send them. But then it requires an SMS integration. So with that, anytime you want to do, we can have it done for you, and then you just do your integration. So yeah, this is a complete software that allows you to manage your school fees, your terminal reports, exams, your subjects. Teachers can log in and then have live classes with their students, and they can send homework through the same software. Then the students also get the homework in their system when they log in, and then get them done and then send them back. So it allows for multiple users. Parents can log in to get their school fees reports of their children. They can get their terminal reports as well. So students can also log in to access live classes, and then also get access to their reports as well. Okay, so supervision. If you have a hostel that you want to manage, you can use this hostel master to manage them. If you have transportation too, you can use these ones to manage your transportation. Your library, you can use this section too. And then your events, and then your SMS. So here you can enter templates for your SMS templates, maybe